Happy Thanksgiving to you. I've got a special gift for you today. We're going to talk about how giving thanks to God for everything will help you be happy whenever you want and wherever you are. It's the secret. How is it we can do some amazing and sometimes unexplainable things, like heal our own bodies by the power of our thought? Mother's intuition, the law of attraction. Can we really tap into our subconscious mind? Can we really create our own realities? It begs the question, are we novice gods? Hey, thank you so much for joining me on this fabulous Thanksgiving Day. I am super thankful, and I hope you are too. And we're going to talk a little bit about thankfulness today and how you can actually boost that. And if you learn that as a skill, you can be happy whenever you want, wherever you are, and in whatever circumstances you may find yourself. Let me just back up a little bit. Where are you at right now? Where are you in your life? If you were going to be totally honest with me, are you completely, totally happy? Or do you think you might have a little bit of room for some more happiness? Be honest with yourself. Anyway, for years and years and years, I was completely frustrated and angry and discouraged. And boy, I never would have called myself unhappy. I would never have been that honest. But I knew I was discouraged, I knew I was dissatisfied, and I was sure that it was all of these outside things in my life that were causing me such problems. Hey, can you relate? Are you somebody who hates your job or has a really hard time waking up on Monday morning because it's just drudgery, or maybe you have a hard time going to bed Sunday night because you know it's going to bring about Monday morning? Anyway, I think there's a lot more room in our lives for greater happiness. And on this wonderful Thanksgiving Day, I have a special gift for you because I will share with you the secret to getting happy whenever you want, wherever you are, and in whatever circumstance you may find yourself. And the secret is giving thanks to God for everything. Gratitude is the secret lubricant of life. It will change your life if you learn this as a skill and as you learn to apply it in, so that you can apply it on demand. Does that make sense to you? Okay, so anyway, do you mind if I share with you a little bit about my story? So for years I was angry, I was frustrated, I was angry at God because I felt like He wasn't answering my prayers. I really wanted to be doing something bigger with my life. I wanted my life to matter, I wanted my life to count, and I felt stuck, I felt trapped, and it seemed like nothing I could do could get me out of my current situation, which was I had this job that I just didn't feel like it was fulfilling. I didn't feel like I was fulfilling my mission in life, my calling. I didn't feel like I was making a difference. I didn't feel like I mattered or that I had any sort of value. Can you relate to this? Have you ever been in a situation like this? Okay. Well, anyway, I was there and I had been spiraling down for so many years. I was always angry. I was always frustrated, and I never could get myself out of it. And finally, it got to the point that the wheels totally fell off me, and I lost my job because I had become such a horrible, angry, volatile guy that I was kind of dangerous to have around. I know, if you've been paying attention to the shows, you're like, him? Well, trust me, it was not a good part of my life. And I'm so grateful, and we're talking about gratitude today on this wonderful Thanksgiving. I'm so grateful that my wife stuck with me and that she had faith that I could turn things around. She believed in me. Now, she really wanted me to go see a counselor, to see a therapist. But I knew I didn't have depression. I wasn't depressed. I was discouraged. But I was so sure that the one thing that I needed in my life to change, my job, that if I could somehow change that, everything would click into place. That's not actually the case. Because, as I lost that job and got set to go find another one, I had a friend that told me this once. He said, the grass may be greener on the other side of the fence, and you're welcome to go there, Scott, but you can't take your fertilizer and you can't take your lawnmower. And it kind of woke me up, realizing that the problems that I was causing for myself. Wherever I go, I'm going to continue to bring those kinds of problems. And maybe you're in the same situation. So I want to share with you the secret to changing your life, to being in control, and to have happiness at whatever level you'd want, whenever you want. So anyway, the secret is gratitude. So there were 10 words that changed my life, and I had been doing a bunch of research. I was studying the science of happiness, positive psychology, and in there they were talking about how, well, one of the researchers said these 10 words. He or she said, you can't be grateful and unhappy at the same time. It just, my head exploded because I realized I was finally honest with myself at that time, and I realized that I was incredibly unhappy, and if I wanted to be happier, I could actually do that myself by boosting my gratitude levels. So let me tell you a little bit about what gratitude is, and I want you to see that it's different than thankfulness or even Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is wonderful, but you want to take thoughts of thankfulness and you want to elevate it. And what gratitude is, because you want to elevate it to gratitude, what gratitude is, it is recognizing that you are the recipient of deliberate kindness. This is such a beautiful concept because all of a sudden you're not alone. You're not alone in whatever circumstance you find yourself. Because if you're the recipient of deliberate kindness, that means there has been an exchange of love towards you. An exchange of love that you didn't earn, that you didn't need to be worthy of, that was given to you out of the pure kindness of someone's heart. Now, in learning to be grateful, really one of the keys is to be grateful all the time, or to, practice this skill, to be more conscious of it, more aware of opportunities for you to notice when you are the recipient of deliberate kindness. And giving thanks to God for everything is such a key to that. Now let me tell you a quick story. Have you seen my movie? It's a short film. It's called Falling Up. It's here on this channel. If you have not watched it, you got to check it out. It is the true story of Meg Johnson. And I had heard her story. I saw a clip on her on YouTube. What her story is, just briefly, is she was jumping around in Red Rock country and she accidentally jumped off a 40-foot cliff, became paralyzed, and her life began. Now, the interesting thing is that the clip that I had heard her say, and she repeated it on the film that we did for her, with her, called Falling Up. She said, if I had a chance to do it all over again, and if I was standing on that cliff edge, I would jump. I would willingly jump just to get to where I am today. Her life had changed. Her life was totally different because of all the things that she had learned about herself, who she is, what she was capable of. Now, a scene that didn't appear in the film that we filmed was something that happened in the hospital. And as she was coming to, and she felt all alone, she was angry and frustrated and didn't know what to do, and she was in the hospital, and the only thing she could move were her eyes, really. And anyway, she started thinking about her little pinky, and she started being grateful for this. Actually, she started being grateful for things in her room. And I guess I'm mixing up two stories. Another time she was super grateful for her pinky, and she came up with like 250 things to be grateful for just about her pinky. But as she was recovering in the hospital, she started to express gratitude for the things in the room, for the fan, for the flowers, for the medical equipment, for the window, for, all these things. She felt gratitude for the person who had brought them, the person who had made them, the person who had bestowed that kindness on her. As she elevated her gratitude levels, her life began to change because she could feel happiness and joy, some joy that she had not experienced before when she was living for herself. So as you think this wonderful Thanksgiving Day, as you think about how you are blessed, how God has blessed you abundantly this year and in times past, even if that means the trials that you're going through, the challenges that you have, I hope you're not like Meg and paralyzed, But I hope you are like Meg and you are so full of life, that you feel intense gratitude, that you recognize God's hand in your life, and that you realize that you have been the recipient of deliberate kindness. I hope this stirred some questions in your soul. Are you more connected to higher power than you think? Do you have divine DNA? Let's keep asking questions. Click on my face to subscribe so you don't miss a single episode.